I'm John Richardson. Uh, I have been doing system dynamics modeling, really self-taught initially, since about 1970. And I first came in contact with it through working with Dennis and Dana Meadows, and then in the field of global modeling. And then in 1983, 82, 83, I think it was, Professor Jay Forster gave me a wonderful gift. And I was by that time a full professor, but I wrote to Jay Forster and I said, I think you are one of the most brilliant intellects of the 20th century, and I would like to spend my sabbatical simply being in your presence. I will come to your group. I will come at my own expense. And all I ask is that whenever you speak, you invite me to listen. And much to my surprise, Professor Forster agreed to this. So I joined the MIT System Dynamics group at a time that John Sterman and Peter Senge and John Moorcroft and Alan Graham and others were all there as young assistant professors, and we were all working on the national economic model, Professor Forster's model. And it truly was a transformational experience. And what was interesting was that I think 1982 was the first system dynamics modeling conference. And at that time, the field really was primarily a family of people who had personal ties to Professor Forster and to MIT. And nowadays, we're just in the process, and we started talking about this when I was thinking about the size of the conference. We are moving to a stage where the generation of people that includes Peter Senge, John Sterman is still very active. I'm active, but I'm 78, so I'm 77, so I'm getting up there in years. But there is now the field is engaged in a process of transforming to a new generation. Now, what's unique about the field of system dynamics is that over all these many years, from 1982 up through the present, through 2015, there has maintained this sense of family. And you see it particularly in the PhD colloquium. So in the PhD colloquium, we will have doctoral students presenting their work, and I often attend the colloquium and will sit there for the whole day and spend an hour or more coaching a single doctoral student. But I'm not unique. You will find John Sterman and George Richardson, and many other very senior colleagues doing the same. And I think the challenge, and it's very different from professional associations where people who have won the Forster Award or the Application Award, in my case the Lifetime Achievement Award, kind of set themselves apart. They're sort of proud and distant and so forth. And that isn't true at all of the System Dynamics Society. Any senior colleague, if he's buttonholed by a doctoral student, will sit down and talk to them and engage with them. And I think as we face a generational shift, so no longer are the leaders of the society people who have their roots in this small group of people from MIT who studied there, or in my case, did like postdoctoral work as a senior faculty member. And I think that will be the great challenge for our field to, as our field grows, becomes more professional in a sense, how can we preserve that wonderful quality of family, that welcomes anybody and gives their full attention, of even the most senior, that even the most senior members will give young people, apprentice modelers, anybody, their full undivided attention to meet their needs. How's that?
Wonderful. Thank you very much.